Okay, let's talk about foul balls now in the infield and whose responsibilities are what. Balls that are toward the catcher area into the foul territory area behind the catcher, that's her responsibility. 9 times out of 10 you'll find that catchers then turn and face the net in order to make the play. You'll also find third base people will come in and first base people will come in also to help, and you'll also find your pitchers will help your catchers designate, look over your right shoulder, look over your left shoulder, and that needs to be practiced. If we have somebody on base, then we have to make adjustments. If we have a runner on second and a foul ball occurs with the catching area, hey, you keep maybe your third base person back, you have your pitcher run in with your catcher, and maybe your first base person still comes in, and then you have your second base person covers first or second based on where the runners are. But again, the theory is you never want to have a situation in which you allow the base runners to advance, and you always want to make sure that that advanced base, no matter where it is covered by someone. What about foul balls into the right side of the field? Whose responsibility is it from the catching area to first base? Well, an easy rule of thumb that I try to teach our kids and athletes is 3 people should be going for the ball on foul balls. On the right side of the field, it's your catcher, it's your pitcher, it's your first base person. Then what happens, again, maybe your second base person covers first if there's a runner there. Your shortstop will then cover second, and then your third base person will cover third. If a foul ball occurs on the left side of the field between the catching area and third base, again, the principle that 3 people run to the ball. Your catcher, your third base person, and then your pitcher. If we have a runner at second base then, hey, we want to protect that advanced base, then it's your shortstop that will then cover third. And possibly then your second base person will cover second, and then you have your first base person covering first. You've got your bases covered. Your first base person at that point is, maybe she then covers home plate with runners at second. With runners at third, and you have that foul ball situation in that area of the left side, hey, maybe you have your pitcher running, your third base person, and your catcher, then the responsibility then of your first base person is to cover that home plate, because again, that last 60 feet is really important. If you then decide, hey, I don't want my pitchers involved in that play, I'd rather have my first base person because she's real quick, get over there and she's real aggressive, hey, fine, especially if she's in bunt depth situations. She's closer, she can get there. So you have your catcher, your first base person, and your third base person covering the foul ball. Then you have your pitcher covering the plate. Again, you make decisions as coaches based on your personnel of who you have out on the field.